Hello everyone, this is Vivek Singh. I work as a senior solutions specialist at Informatica. In this video, we will talk about how to configure Tableau Resource in Cloud Data Governance and Catalog. We will have a quick overview of Tableau, objects which are extracted from Tableau into CDGC, prerequisites for configuring the Tableau catalog source, the configurations required from Tableau and connection creation in IICS Administrator, resource creation in MCC, job monitoring, and we'll have demo on each topic. Tableau is a business intelligence tool that connects to data sources and create dashboards which can be shared across the users. The metadata which is extracted from Tableau into CDGC are server, site, project, workbook, dashboard, worksheet, data source, and calculations. Before configuring the Tableau catalog source, first ensure that your IICS organization has the required licenses. Log into IICS org, administrator, licenses, then click on data governance and catalog and check for Tableau scanners, Tableau V3 connectors, and Tableau scanner packages. Metadata command center connects to Tableau server to extract the required metadata. So we need to create a user account on Tableau server with the required permissions. The user account should have interactor license level along with view and download permissions for all the projects, workbooks, and data sources which you want to extract. Interactor is renamed to Explorer in latest version of Tableau server. Log into Tableau server with server administrator user. Click on site dropdown and then manage all sites. Click on users, add a new user or use an existing user. To create a new user, click on add users, new user, provide a username, and then click on add users. Select the user, click on actions, site membership, select all the sites for which you want to grant this user access to, and then assign the site role for each site. You need to assign explorer or higher site role. Click on save. Click on sites. Click on the site for which the user is having access. This site contains few projects. Click on select all, actions, permissions. At the top, under content permission, click on edit and make sure it is set to locked along with apply to nested project option is checked. This will ensure that whatever permissions we are assigning at project level are inherited by the underlying objects. If it is set to customizable, then content owners will be able to modify the permission for underlying objects, and that may create issue. So set it to locked. Save the changes. Now for projects, assign view permission to this user. Click on workbook and assign view and download permission to this user. Click on data sources and assign view and download permission to this user. Make sure to verify the effective permissions on the bottom of this page for each tab. After saving the changes, close this window. You need to perform this step for each site for which the user is having access and you want to scan. Log into IICS Administrator and create a new connection of type Tableau V3. Provide a name for the connection. From the Tableau product, select Tableau server. Under connection URL, provide URL of the Tableau server. Provide the username of the user for which we granted the required permissions and its password. Under site ID, we need to provide ID of any site for which this user is having access to. So if you remember, for the demo user, which is having username as JJRT, we assign two sites, which was sales site and JRR site. So I can give site ID of any of these two sites. Please note, site ID is different from site name. To get the site ID, click on sites and open the site for which you want to get the site name. At the top in the URL, you can get the site ID. Click on test connection. Once the test connection is successful, save the changes. One thing to highlight here is if your Tableau server is using self-signed certificate or internal signed certificate, then you may get this error while performing test connection in IICS administrator. This is because self-signed or internal signed certificate may not be trusted by secure agent trust store. In that case, you need to import the Tableau server certificate into trust store of IICS secure agent and then restart the secure agent. Log into metadata command center and create a new resource of type Tableau. Select the connection which we created in IICS administrator and you can click on test connection to verify if this connection is working. Next. In this step, select the secure agent using which you want to run this scan. Click on next. You can specify the filters to include or exclude the object you want to extract from Tableau server. You can see the format in which you need to provide the filter. It should be site/project/workbook. One thing to note here is if your site contains nested projects, that means project inside a project, then you need to specify the project separated by pipe. So it will be site/project1 pipe project2/workbook name. So here you can see I want to scan two projects inside sales site. So I have specified the filter in this format. So sales site is the name of the site, the name of the project slash in this project I want to scan all the workbooks. So I have put star. Similarly, under Superstore sales project, I am having multiple projects. And so I have specified pipe and then followed by the star so that I will be getting all the project inside Superstore sales project slash star. That means all the workbook. And please note, this is name of the site and not the ID of the site. In the next step, you can choose to assign stakeholder or schedule for this resource. Save the changes and then click on run. After successful execution of the resource, you will be able to see the stats on monitor page. So you can see all the objects which are extracted from Tableau server into CDGC. Here I can see there is one reference resource. So I will do connection assignment so that this reference resource will be tagged to the actual data source in the catalog. To do the connection assignment, click on monitor, click on connection assignment and look for the Tableau resource. Here I can see for my Tableau resource, there is one connection which needs connection assignment. By looking into the connection name, I know that this schema and this server belongs to my Oracle resource. So I will do a connection assignment, click on the three dot and then assign. Scroll down and look for the Oracle resource and the schema. So this is my Oracle resource and this is the schema. I will select this and click on assign. Once connection assignment job is successfully completed, log into data governance and catalog. Then search for Tableau resource. Here we can see all the objects which are extracted from Tableau server into CDGC. These are the projects. Then I'll open the Oracle project. Inside the project, there is a workbook. I will open this workbook and then I'll look for the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. And then we'll go to the lineage. Let me expand the lineage. So select maximum, apply. So this is the Oracle resource, which contains three tables. On top of these three tables, there is a Tableau data source. On top of this data source, There is a Tableau workbook. This workbook contains 4 worksheets. And on top of these worksheets, there is a Tableau dashboard. Log into Tableau server with the user account for which we have set up the required permissions. At the top right side, click on the account settings. Scroll down. You can see personal access tokens. Provide a name for the token and then click on create new token. Please make note of token name and token secret. This token secret will not be visible once we close this window. Log into IICS administrator and create a new connection of type Tableau v3. From the Tableau product, select Tableau server. Provide the connection URL of the Tableau server. Under username, provide name of the security access token which we created. And in the password, copy the personal access security code. Provide ID of the site for which this user has access to. Now remember, if you click on test connection, the test connection may fail. This is a known issue and it will be fixed in future versions. So just save the changes. Log into Metadata Command Center and create a new resource. Select the connection which we created now. Select the runtime environment. The next step is specify the filter to include or exclude the objects to be extracted. Save the resource and then click on run. After successful resource execution, you can see the stats here. Log into Data Governance and Catalog and open the Tableau resource. Here we can see all of the objects which are extracted from Tableau server using personal access token. Site contains a project. Inside project, we have a workbook. Inside the workbook, we have worksheet, data source, and dashboard. I'll open the dashboard and then go to lineage. I will expand the lineage to maximum. And I can see there is a Tableau dataset. On top of this dataset, there is a Tableau workbook. This workbook contains 3 worksheets. And then on top of these worksheets, there is a Tableau dashboard. Log into Tableau Online with Site Administrator Creator User and then navigate to Users. To create a new user, click on Add User by email, and then provide email ID of the user with role as Explorer or higher. Once the user is added, select the user, click on Actions, Site Role. Since I have only one site, hence it's showing me the site role which I need to assign. In case if you have multiple sites and then you need to assign a role for each site. So assign Explorer or higher role. Now open the site which you want to scan, and inside the site you will find the projects. Select all the projects, actions, and then permissions. At the top, you can see asset permissions. Make sure to select logged with apply to nested projects checked. This will ensure that The underlying objects inherit the permission which we are assigning at the project level. Save. Now for projects, click on add group or user and then select the user which we created. Assign view permission. Click on workbooks and for this user assign view and then download permission. Then click on data sources and assign view and download data source permissions. Save the changes. Verify the permissions under effective permissions view. Close the window. You need to perform this step for each site which you want to extract. Log into IICS administrator and create a new connection of type Tableau v3. Provide connection URL of the Tableau cloud, username and password of the user for which we granted the required access, and ID of the site for which this user is having access. Please note this is a site ID and not the site name. Now click on test connection and save the changes. Log into Metadata Command Center and create a new resource of type Tableau. Select the runtime environment. In the next step, specify the filter to include or exclude the objects to be extracted from Tableau Online. Here I have specified a filter to extract all the workbook from HR Analytics project. Save the changes and click on Run. After successful resource scan, you can see the stats here. There is a reference resource, so let's do the connection assignment. Look for the Tableau resource. So here I can see there is one connection assignment pending for this resource, and it looks to be from Snowflake. So click on the three dot, assign, and select the Snowflake resource and the schema. Assign. After successful completion of connection assignment job, log into data governance and catalog. Open the Tableau online resource, and here you can see all the objects which are extracted from Tableau online. Let's go to site. In this site, there is a project. Inside project, there is a workbook. Inside workbook, we have worksheet, dashboard, and data source. Let's go to dashboard. Then lineage. Expand the lineage. And here I can see this is my Snowflake resource, which contains 3 tables. And on top of these 3 tables, there is a Tableau data source. On top of the data source, there is a Tableau workbook, which contains 3 worksheets. And then on top of these 3 worksheets, there is a Tableau dashboard. So this is showing end-to-end lineage. Log into Tableau online with the user for which you have granted the required permissions. And then at the top right, click on the profile icon and then click on My Account Setting. Scroll down and you will find Personal Access Token. Provide a name for the token and then click on Create New Token. Take note of token name and token secret, as after closing this window, secret token will not be visible. Key in these details in the connection which we are creating in IICS Administrator. If you click on test connection may fail, as there is a known issue that test connection will fail when using personal access token for authentication into Tableau Online or Tableau Server. This will be fixed in future releases. Save the changes. Log into Metadata Command Center and create a new resource of type Tableau. Select the connection which we just created. Select the runtime environment. In the next step, you can specify the filter to include or exclude the object for metadata extraction. Save the changes and click on Run. After successful resource execution, you can see the stats here. Let's do the connection assignment. Look for the resource. And then from the connection name, I'm getting the idea that it should be assigned to the Snowflake resource with GCS HC Vivek schema. So here is the Snowflake resource with the schema. Let's wait for connection assignment job to finish. After successful completion of connection assignment job, log into data governance and catalog. Open the resource, and here we can see all the objects extracted from Tableau Online using personal access token. Under site, we have a project. Under project, we have a workbook. Under workbook, we have worksheet, dashboard, and data source. Let's open the dashboard. Then go to lineage. Expand the lineage. And here I can see I have Snowflake resource, which contains 3 tables. On top of these 3 tables, there is a Tableau data source. On top of this data source, there are worksheets. So there are 3 worksheets which are part of a Tableau workbook. And on top of these worksheets, there is a Tableau dashboard. And these all are part of HR Analytics workbook, which is part of Tableau Online Personal Access Token resource. So it's showing end-to-end lineage. I would recommend to refer catalog source configuration guide for Tableau before starting configuring Tableau resource in MCC so that you will be having up-to-date information. We would love to hear from you. You can connect with us on any of the Informatica support channels. Thank you.